I need a 30 for 30 to show that I'm different like Jordan and Pippen. I need a 30 for 30 like Jalen and Webber. Nobody gon' fuck on my click. I need a 30 for 30. America, I'm glad to have my brother Ray Caesar Leo here with us again for another one of Ray's takes. Caesar Leo, what you got for the people?
Man, the NBA playoffs keep moving, but I want to take a look back. Man, at one of the real great performances that probably won't get talked about as we move forward, man, to be quite honest with you. I'm talking about Dame Lillard. I'm in the Portland Trail Blazers, mainly Dame Lillard. They lost to the Denver Nuggets. But the performance that Dame Lillard put together, man, should not be forgotten in the history books, although we don't really recognize losing squads like that. But let me just give you this man's numbers for that series, all right? 34 points, 10 assists, 4 rebounds, 40% from three. All right. In a losing effort. I got that. 34 points, 10 rebounds. 10 assists, 4 rebounds, and 40% from 3-point range. In one of those games, and we've all talked about it, but I just want to say it out loud so people understand what I'm talking about.
Right.
55 points, 10 assists, 6 rebounds, 3 blocks in that game. 3 blocks. And 12 3-pointers, NBA record in the playoffs. All right. One of only 8 players to score 55 points in a playoff game. The names we're talking about, Elgin Baylor, Charles Barkley, Rick Barry, Donovan Mitchell, Allen Iverson, and a dude named Michael Jordan.
I ain't never heard of him.
Because Mike did it like 5 or 6 times, right? So his name is in the history books everywhere. But that's the company that Damian Lillard is in when we talk about playoff performances. Man, I'm telling you, we talk about guys like LeBron and Kobe and Jordan. I'm not saying he's a GOAT. What I'm telling you is we talk about guys that elevate their play when it gets to that postseason.
Right.
There's not too many that elevate the way Damian Lillard does in the postseason. Mm-hmm. I understand that the team success is not there. I'm all about team. If you're not winning, then what are you about? I got that. Mm-hmm. But that is no fault to Dame Dollar. Every year in the postseason, this guy shows up. I'm willing to say this. I'm put it on something right now.
Okay,
Damian Lillard today is the most clutch player in the NBA. And you can put up any name you want. Damian Lillard is the most clutch player in the NBA today. Which brings me to my point. The headline says when keeping it real goes wrong. Damian Lillard has made it a point that he does not want to do super teams, right? Although he has the respect of every player in the NBA. Whether you like him or don't like him, you respect his game. Steph Curry talks well about him. LeBron James speaks highly of him. You know what I mean? Like he's a player's player because of the way his stance is, right? I don't want to join a super team. We're going to do it. We're going to do it the way people the way I want to do it, and I want to do it with the team that invested in me. Mm-hmm. You know, we on this panel, for the most part, we come from an era where we don't like seeing super teams. So I love to see Damian Lillard in the way he grinds. Mm-hmm. Even when he loses, I respect him more because he chooses not to go the easy route. It's why I don't like KD. KD's an amazing player, but he took the easy route. You know what I mean? So, like, Damian Lillard, in my eyes, is the antithesis of that. Right? So my worry is for Damian is that the keeping it real is not gonna be a strong move for his career. For his individual career, it won't matter. Guy's gonna be a Hall of Famer because the people I named on that list are in the Hall of Fame besides Donovan Mitchell because he's playing right now. But the rest of those guys are in the Basketball Hall of Fame. He's going, all right? He's a 5-time All-NBA performer, 6-time All-Star. He's a Rookie of the Year. He's going to the Hall of Fame, all right? But when you talk about those legends, right? Man, it takes a lot. Charles Barkley is a legend, but we don't really put him in the world's elite because he don't have that ring. Mm-hmm. Patrick Ewing is one of the all-time great centers, but we don't put him in that conversation because he doesn't have the ring. And for a guy that I watched Damian Lillard play, man, and I just admire his game, his fight, his bravado, and his clutch shot making ability being second to none. I want more for the guy, man, but I don't want him to leave. So when I say keeping it real goes wrong, it's really just a headline. It's more like a plea to Damian, man, to keep fighting the good fight. You know what I mean? Because I can tell that he's frustrated. Hell, I'd be frustrated too. If every year I get my team to the playoffs and we have one Western Conference, finals show to kind of put up. You know what I mean? Everything else is kind of a one and done type deal. I can see that being frustrating, but that's not on you. That's not on Damian Lillard. That is on the organization. That's them sticking with Terry Stotts too long just because they were making the playoffs consistently. That's because they don't have a real game plan moving forward. Man, they got to get a new game plan. What Damian Lillard did this year, without CJ McCollum for a good portion of the season and Nurkic for a good portion of the season, and the fact that he probably won't get any MVP votes because of it, man, that's tough. Damian Lillard had one of the best seasons he's had in his career.
I remember last year, he pointed out that he averaged 30, made the 8th seed, and they didn't put him in the MVP
but
race.
we're talking about what?
But when Wardell, Stephen Curry,
that's what I'm saying,
did the same thing. Well, actually missed the playoffs, but averaged 30.
Yeah,
he's in the top 3 in the MVP race.
He's without Klay Thompson. I think
Dame was out without CJ last year. I think CJ was banged up last year some too.
Yeah. So it's one of those things, man, where Damian Lillard is one of the best players of his generation. And I need people to understand that. This is not an in the moment talk. Damian's been doing this for years. Yeah. Whether it's the step back 3-pointer that Paul George called a bad shot. No, that's what Dame does. He's logo Lillard and then wave bye-bye to him. That's what he does. But Dame's been doing that. But Dame's been doing that since he entered the league. That's what I mean by he's one. When you look back on, when you think of guys like Kobe and Mike and LeBron to a certain extent, Larry Bird, Damian Lillard's name should be mentioned with those guys when we're talking about clutch performers. Mm-hmm. Because when the lights are on and the clock is winding down, it doesn't get much better. Yeah. You almost say to yourself, man, he's probably going to make this shot rather than miss it. And it doesn't matter where he shoots it from. You know what I mean? Like, that's the fear that he instills in his opponent. Austin Rivers said it. This dude won't miss. The man's literally caught on film saying, thank you, guy, when the man missed a shot. That's from your peers.
He did that.
That's from your peers, man.
Yeah.
I know LeBron says Devin Booker's the most disrespected player in the NBA. No, sir. It is Damian Lillard. It's Dame. Damian Lillard today is a top 5 player in the NBA. Ooh. Regardless of position. Ooh. Top 5 player.
Hot take, Ray.
When everybody says, oh, LeBron does more with less, respect to LeBron. No, sir. Damian Lillard can't get a superstar to come to Portland. And he's rather saying to himself, I'd rather man up and figure it out than leave and get it the easy route. He's not a loud guy. He's not a bombastic guy. When it comes to the game, we know he's a rapper. We know he has a voice. But I'm just saying it's being like one of those real demonstrative, I got to get my words off. He's not Draymond Green. He's not LeBron James. He's not Kevin Durant. Yeah. In that form of his game, he's very much chill, man. He lets his game speak for himself. And I just hope people appreciate what we're seeing, because you'll blink and Damian Lillard's career will be over in the next, 7, 8 to 10 years. And you'll wish you had remembered one of the great clutch performers of his generation. That's what you're looking at. You're looking at a guy that night in and night out, his teammates know if it's close, if it's even, we're probably leaving with a W.
Yeah.
That's the reality, man. So
I got a quick question for y'all then.
Yeah.
And America, I want y'all to answer this question too. Make sure you're over there on Facebook, Instagram, and on Twitter. And we want to see what y'all think about this. Let's say Dame did leave, because he did drop the Instagram post. I think that was Instagram.
And that's what made me think about it. You're right. That's what made me think about it.
But he kind of insinuated that he kind of like thinking now, okay.
Drop some Nipsey Hussle on him.
That's right.
Yeah.
If Dame left, who would you want to see Dame team up with? I'll go first. I'm going to say, if that boy Dame, Giannis, and Jimmy Butler linked up.
Oh, my goodness.
With Jimmy as the third guy, he's a two-way guy. Yeah. Giannis as Giannis. Giannis going to be the best player on there. And Dame to be the fourth quarter assassin.
Yeah.
Well, Giannis ain't got to worry about no wall and all that crap in his free throws in the fourth quarter. Give the ball to Dame in the fourth. Giannis do his thing 1 through 3. Jimmy gonna defend. The league would be in trouble, in my opinion.
Absolutely. I'll give you another one.
In Miami?
In Miami.
Yeah. Let's put him on down there. Let's get that boy some good weather. He deserves something like that. Let's give him some good weather. Let's say Miami.
I'll give you another one. Again, this is all hypothetical. This is just I wish, right? Because like I said,
right.
Dame's one of my favorite players, man. So I want to see him do well, right? Because of the way he gets it honest. Could you imagine seeing that guy play in Philly with Joel Embiid? But he's got a real guy that he can hand it off to. They probably have to trade for Ben Simmons. So I'm not going to even throw Ben Simmons in there because that would be too much. First of all, that would be too much.
They both doing 3 now, man.
That would be too much.
They got Tobias.
Can you imagine?
People are doing that.
Can you imagine Damian Lillard having a real big that he could play off of?
But will that real big be there?
Yeah. I wouldn't want Dame to get with that man Joel get hurt.
But that's what I'm saying. Everything for Dame is going to be icing on cake. Wherever he goes, he doesn't need Joel Embiid to be MVP caliber Joel Embiid that he is this year. Before Joel went down, in my opinion, he's an MVP candidate. He is an MVP candidate. But if Damian Lillard comes along, in my opinion, he's already number 2. He's Robin now. That's the reality. That's what I think of Damian Lillard in this league today, man.
So you would say you taking Dame over Joel right now? Okay,
yes.
Okay.
See what you're trying to do. You're trying to push me ahead to my rankings, and I'm not going to do it.
No. I just want to clarify.
It's fine. I'll give you a snippet. Damian Lillard is top 5 in the NBA. Damian Lillard.
You stated that you got to reiterate.
Is one of the 5 best players in the National Basketball Association. Okay. And if you're not thinking that way, rethink your list. Think about the guy. Don't think about the guys as they used to be. Think about people who play in the NBA today, their status in the NBA today, how effective they are in the NBA today. You cannot name 5 guys better than Damian Lillard. You cannot. Okay. 28 points a game.
It sounds like a segment. It sounds like a future segment. We want to revisit that.
Fourth quarter.
Sound like a.
Here's what it comes down to, and we'll end the segment like this.
Well, I need to get T's.
Go ahead. Yeah. What would you like to see, Dame?
I mean, I like what Wells said. I'm good with that. Ain't no problem.
See that hat?
No problem.
Yeah, you see that? Yeah.
You see that? Hey, somebody actually posted that like the day after the loss.
Them same guys?
They posted. Now they just did a little fake picture of Dame in a Miami jersey.
You know,
I'm about to send it to y'all.
You know what just hit me?
What's that?
I like the Miami one too. I actually like the Miami one better than the Philly one, just because I think that culture that they have in Miami with Jimmy would be a really good fit. But you know what I really thought about for Dame? What would be perfect for him? Can you imagine Damian Lillard? And he clearly be the number 1. People might argue with me about Joel Embiid. But can you imagine that brother in New York City playing for the Knicks with Julius Randle?
Yeah, love him.
They would love Damian Lillard.
He wouldn't even have to win a ring up there, though.
No, sir.
Like them folks, he just come up there and just light it up, and they go to the Eastern Conference Finals
and hit game winners every now and then.
Man, them folks love. Look, what y'all think about this? They rumoring that Carl Towns going to Portland.
That would be nice. That would be nice, man.
That would be nice.
If you think about it.
What is CJ in that pecking order? If Carl Towns moves in
3.
He's the 3rd guy.
3, because you can't count on CJ, man. And I like CJ as a man. I really respect him as a man. But I like his game too. I think he's a heck of a ball player. But you just can't count on him, whether it's injury or whether just inconsistency when you need him the most. You can't find him, man. And so that
I think Carl is really a 2.
Yeah,
he's not a 1 in this league.
Nah.
He's really
I mean, if you give him, if he just will be committing to the defensive end nightly, like, okay, I'm finna prove y'all in this West that I'm just as good as Jokic. I'm just as good as him. I mean, I'm just as good as any other center in this league. Like, if he ever takes that step to become that dog, and maybe getting with Dame will help him become that dog in a way. I don't know if Jimmy rubbed off right.
So if Dame gets that, he should stay. If Dame gets Towns, he should stay.
I would say so. Yeah,
I would, man,
say
because
so, yeah.
and that's what I'm
I would say
saying.
so, yeah. I would say so.
And that's what I'm saying, man. For me, if I say you're top 5, you shouldn't have to go anywhere. That's the problem I had with KD. That's the problem I had with LeBron when he was jumping ship. If you're a top 5 guy, you don't run to anybody. They're supposed to run to you. And I don't care what city you're in. Your game should resonate where people say, I need to be with that guy because he's going places. You know what I'm saying? I know Portland isn't LA. It's not Miami. It's not New York. It's not Chicago. I get it. But it's Damian Lillard.
Right.
And that's why I say I'll end on this. To me, the makings of a truly great player, a generational talent, is when the game is on the line or when it's getting to be closing time. Closing time to me is 7 minutes to close, right? 5 minutes to close. How many guys in the NBA today do you want before you take Damian Lillard? I can only think of 1.5. And it's not LeBron James.
Offensively, if we just talking getting a bucket,
yeah,
in that time period,
yeah,
I don't think I'm going nobody else. That boy Cole, man.
Else.
That boy Cole. I remember when we played the first game, Lakers. Yeah, I know I'm a Lakers fan. Sadly, after Bean passed, we played them boys. And I thought, man, Brun finna come out here and just go wait, for the legacy of. Yeah. No, Dame went in there and went Coleman.
Dame put the legacy up, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Dame went in there and went on some mamba.
Yeah.
Like that boy, he one of those now.
He's one of those. Man.
Like you gave me something with that 10 assists.
Yeah, man.
A lot of folks don't look at Dame setting guys up, and you said he had that 3 blocks in that game.
Yeah.
You know
12 threes. He's the best shot maker in the game from anywhere. I think Kyrie's a better finisher around the rim. I think Steph Curry is a better shooter. But when we're talking about shot making in the clutch, there's nobody better. There's nobody better.
And I mean, too.
Check the man's record. There's nobody better.
Like you said about him having the record for threes in playoff game, he owns 3 of the top 4 spots.
That's correct.
For that particular statistic.
Bad man.
He owns 3 of the top 4 spots all time.
And in a league that has changed where I've had to adjust to understand that defense is not the end all be all night in and night out. It is when it comes to championships. When you get to a certain level in the postseason, you need that. That's why I don't give him my number 1 spot. Right. But this man's offensive package and what he brings to the table is so diverse and so crucial that his defense is not necessarily has to be 100%. He doesn't have to be Kawhi Leonard. He doesn't have to be Paul George or Patrick Beverly. Because what he's giving you on the other end, again, the thought process is this. When Damian Lillard puts a shot up with 5 minutes or less, are you thinking he's going to miss it or make it? We think he's going to make it no matter where he shoots it from. Yeah. You can't say that about anybody in this league right now, except for maybe 1.5 guys. I'm not going to say the names because I'm going to save it when we bring out these rankings after the season is over.
You said 1.5.
1.5 because I'm still kind of teetering on if this second guy is better than Damian Lillard. I'm gonna get some flack for the second guy. Well, we're gonna
have to revisit that one. But America wants y'all to chime in, tell us what y'all think. Do y'all think Dame just thug it out in Portland?
Yeah.
Keep it all the way real. Or is it an instance in which, like my brother talking about, is this an instance of keeping it real go wrong? If you think Dame should leave, who do you think Dame should click up with? Yeah. Put it on something. My kids wanted me to tell y'all to make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me across all social media platforms, like the videos, and share them. Did I forget anything?
And turn on the post notifications.
Y'all heard them. And also, visit Statement Tees, LLC.com and shop with us. That's Statement Tees. Every t-shirt you wear
makes a statement.